Huddle up, team. In this video, we are talking about the nest egg, how to grow it and maintain it in order to not run out of money before you run out of breath.
That's right.
So would you like a nest egg like this?
Or like this. That's right. Okay. The number one fear of seniors today, do you know what it is?
It is.
You do know what it is?
I do. Yeah, it is running out of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
The number one fear of seniors is running out of money before they run out of breath. And we do not want that to happen to you. And the only way to prevent that from happening is to get your financial game plan right early, like when you're young, like super young, and be able to save and let the power of compounding over time work for your advantage and increase your savings rate. So vital, so critical. All right. So the good news is it's a mathematical formula, okay? So you can avoid that challenge. It's all about savings rate and compounding over enough time. You can accumulate enough money. You can build your nest egg. And there's multiple ways to do it. Today, we're going to look at the common financial game plan. But I just want you to know it's kind of formulaic. You can do it. You just got to have a game plan and know what your variables are. But we can totally help you out with that. Okay?
So, Coach, let's start by reviewing what our offense, defense, and special teams look like.
All right.
Got a slide to...
Let's pull this up. Okay. So money is a game, and you've got to play the game to win. And when you're playing the game, you have to have offense, defense, and special teams. So let's run through this because most people suck at one of them. Right? So offense is cash flow. That is you increasing your income. The second part of offense is your savings rate. How much of your income are you saving? And you want to increase that over time, okay? And then the third part of offense is acquiring assets, and specifically acquiring assets that can throw off or generate cash flow for you. So that's offense, okay? It's about growing money, growing cash flow. The second part is defense. And you know what they say about defense? Do you know what they say about defense? Not so much?
No.
The best defense is the greatest offense or something like that. Or defense wins championships, right? So you've got to have defense. You can't be so focused on offense that you forget your defense. So what the heck is defense? I'm glad you asked. Defense is risk management, okay? That's where you mitigate and transfer the financial risk in your life to an insurance company, okay? Risk management is so freaking important, and most people do not do this right. The second part of risk management, the second part of defense is debt management. That is managing your debt load, getting your interest rates down, getting your payments down, all that kind of stuff, right? Getting out of debt, ways to get out of debt faster. So you got risk management, you got debt management. And the third thing is taxes. Listen, this is really critical, okay? Probably the single greatest expense in your lifetime is going to be taxes. If you add up between federal taxes, state taxes, local taxes, retail taxes, property taxes, I don't know what next new tax is, it's going to be humongous. So you've got to have defense, ways to protect your money so that you pay the least amount of taxes possible. And then the third element is special teams. And I like this. I call it the A team. And I love it when a plan comes together. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna go into some whatever. Okay. So A team is what? A team are your agents, advisors, accountants, attorneys, and bankers. All right, that's your A team. And you'll use them, and they'll be very helpful for you at different points along your financial journey. But that is how you win the money game. It's with teamwork. You got to have offense, defense, and special teams. Okay, what else, baby?
Well, just most of the time, you know, they don't do a good job with
one or the other, right? Yeah.
Don't be a bench warmer.
Right?
Wandering around with no clues to what to do.
That's why having a coach is so advantageous, right? Get a financial coach to help you so that you can do offense and defense and special teams. We're here to help and support you so that you win more, Okay, that's what it's all about.
So we are going to take a look at the most common financial game plan, the nest egg accumulation.
All right, let me pull this up.
Slide for that one.
I got a slide. Let me pull it up. All right. Here is the most common money game plan. Okay, this is called our nest egg accumulation plan. And there is a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot going into this, and I want to just kind of go over it a little bit with you, and we can go over it. We're going to have to go over it multiple times because there's so much going on here. But here's the key, right? When you're young, let's say you're 25. This is the example. You're 25. You are just getting into your workforce. Let's just say you graduated from university, you got your degree, you're just starting your career, but you're young. You've got no assets, right? Limited cash flow. You've got all kinds of debt probably, and you've got maybe kids, or kids are going to be on the way, so you've got dependents. You've got a ton of financial obligations and responsibilities when you're young in the earliest part of your lifetime. And this is the same period of time where we call it your asset accumulation years. And you've got to start saving money early. The earlier, the better. I mean, hopefully your parents started saving for you and you've got something to begin with. But if you don't, you've got to start saving early, because your greatest non-renewable asset is time. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, but most people do not give it the respect and the attention that it deserves. Mm-hmm. Time is so valuable. So during your accumulation years, okay, you have got to, listen to me, you have got to start saving early to allow the power of compound interest to work for you, okay? It's an exponential growth curve. And the sooner you start and the higher your savings rate, meaning the more money you can save every month, the better off you are. But during that accumulation phase of your life, that could be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Most people, it's 40 years, right? They're accumulating assets, they're saving money and allowing compounding to work. So from age 25 to age 65 is the accumulation phase. Mm-hmm. Now, the good news is it doesn't have to be that long, mm-hmm. right? It's up to you. And really, it's going to be dependent on the decisions you make. Like, how are you saving your money? If you put spending ahead of saving, you're like going to take longer. Okay. That's just how it goes. Okay. You're going to take longer. So let's pull this back up. So during the asset accumulation phase, you're saving money every month, you're diligent, and you're working to pay off your debt, and you're raising children potentially, right? During this asset accumulation phase, towards the nest egg, you have got to be concerned about cash flow insurance, okay? Because you've got all these liabilities, all these obligations, all these responsibilities. Cash flow insurance is the insurance that makes sure your cash flow is there if you disappear. Mm-hmm. So if you die early, that your spouse, your partner, and your children can still depend on your income so that they can maintain a standard of living. And, you know, I use the term human life value, right? So that's hard to put a value on human life. Right. But what we do is we take a look at your earning potential. So if you've got a 40-year career ahead of you and you're going to average $100,000 a year, right? That could be a $4 million human life potential. You want to insure that. And the cheapest way to insure that is with term insurance. Okay. You can get the most coverage for the least amount of money when you're young and you got all these obligations and limited money. But if you have more money, if you don't have that limitation, then I would encourage you to not put it all in term insurance. Okay. We can look at some other options that will do double duties, like playing offense and defense at the same time, so that it's like when your defense gets an interception and scores. Woohoo! Yeah. Right? That's what some different kinds of insurance products can do for you. I call them the tax-exempt wealth building account. But it's a way that you can leverage the tax code to your benefit to accumulate money that will be 100% tax-free. It's like a Roth IRA, but it's on steroids, because you can contribute way more money into it, and you don't have the government interference, okay? But you're accumulating money. So then the goal is get to the nest egg, right? So we get to the nest egg.
We're going to talk about that.
What is that number for you? Okay. Now here's a big problem I have.
Yes.
Is that the whole financial planning industry is focused on the nest egg, right? Do you see that lovely nest egg I got there? Little golden nest egg and the little nest, the whole thing. That is not the focus. That's not the goal. That's just the switching of your cash flow, right?
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. Yes.
It's a transition of your cash flow. The goal is not the nest egg. The goal is at the end, right? The goal is when you die. The objective is when you're 95 or 105, right? What do you want your money to have done for you while you were alive? And now what do you want it to do for you when you're gone? And way too many of us have been conditioned by the Wall Street marketing machine that all we're focused on is the nest egg at age 65. Well, the nest egg at 65 is not the goal, right? That should not be your goal. That is only a transition in where your income comes from, okay? In the accumulation phase, typically we're going to be in the active income mode where you are going to a job and trading your time for a paycheck, right? I have to be involved. I have to be active in my income creation, okay? And with the traditional, the common, nest egg accumulation mode, the idea is that you save and accumulate money in a portfolio to build up so that you've got a nest egg that you can then draw from. So, because a nest egg in and of itself, you can't live on this, right? What you've got to do is you got to bust open the nest egg and you got to start taking cash from it. You got to start taking distributions from your nest egg so that you can live on the income produced from that nest egg, okay? And there's a whole ton of risks to that nest egg when you're in retirement. And those risks are taxes, probably number one. And we talk about that because I don't know about you, but do you think, well, I know about me. Do you think that taxes are going to go up in the future or stay the same or go down?
Up.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure? Yeah. I'm with you. I think taxes are going way up because we've got so much national debt. We've got so many commitments that are not even on the books. I mean, unfunded liabilities. It's ridiculous. So the number one threat to your nest egg, okay, is taxes. The number two threat is market risk. And we're going to talk about that sequence of return risk. But market risk is huge. The market is becoming more and more volatile, okay? And that is a massive threat to your nest egg and your financial security. The number three risk, I think, is healthcare expenses. We don't factor that in properly, but as you get older, I mean, we are living longer.
Living longer, that's right.
Right? But as you get older, your healthcare costs are going to go up. I don't care if you have insurance or not. More out-of-pocket stuff, your expenses are going to go up. Number four is inflation. And that has really been brought back into focus here this last year because of all the money the Fed has printed and dumped into the economy. Inflation's going stupid. So, and then the longevity part, we're living longer than ever, right? And then there's legislative risks. So there's quick 6 massive risks to your nest egg that you got to plan for, okay? So let's go back to the nest egg. The nest egg, I mean, this is your number one asset to enjoy your retirement years, to enjoy your future on, right? There's what we call the retirement red zone. It's 5 years before you retire and 5 years after you retire. And it's the red zone because that's the most critical time period, because if you incur some substantial losses during that time period, you cannot recover.
Recover your money, right?
Imagine, okay, if you will, that you're preparing to retire and you've got $1 million in your nest egg, in your retirement account, whatever that is, and you suffer a 50% loss. And it can totally happen. I mean, that's what happened in the markets in 2008 and in 2000. I mean, periods of time throughout history. You could lose half of your account value, poof, like that. What would that do to your retirement? so for most people, they can't retire. So now they have to continue to work because you can't recover from losing half of your money. You just can't do it. So that's the retirement red zone. And we've got to be really careful in there. But here's the other thing. What gets you the nest egg, what gets you to that accumulation of wealth, that accumulation of this nest egg that gets you there is not the same thing that's going to get you through retirement. And that's a key thing I want you to be thinking about. What gets you to retirement is not going to get you through retirement. And one of the problems we've got, look at this graph. I mean, you got more time to get to it than you do through it, right? But the industry, the whole financial planning industry is focused on getting you to retirement, right? Accumulate, 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 save, 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 put all your money in here, and way less on getting you through retirement. And that's really how we want to measure success. When we get to the end of the line, right? Not when we switch where our income sources come from, but when we get to the end of the line, that's really got to be our measure of success. So I want to encourage you to look at the bigger perspective. It's not, age 55 or 65 or 70 or whatever. It's not getting to retirement. We've really got to help you focus on getting through retirement and having the standard of living, the quality of life, the impact, the legacy that you and your spouse want to make on your children and your community and the world. I mean, that's vital. So that's just a big deal that we're forgetting. So when you're young, that's when you've got all the options. You got all the financial options and the choices available to you because you're young and you're healthy and you're cash flowing, okay? And I see way too many people being sold this philosophy of buy term insurance and invest the difference. And it doesn't work, okay? I mean, on paper, it might look nice, but in practice, it's not working. I mean, we've had 40 years of that philosophy, and more people are retiring broke, than ever, right? I mean, that thing, in 1977, when Art Williams came out with that concept, I mean, the idea was to sell people term insurance because everybody was buying whole life insurance and they were grossly underinsured to replace their income.
It was very expensive too, right?
Yeah. There were, the mission was against whole life insurance, which is the most expensive kind of life insurance. And this was 40 plus years ago, right? Well, do you think things have maybe changed a little bit in 40 years?
Just a little.
You cannot even begin to comprehend the differences between 40 some odd years ago and today in terms of the financial markets, right? Everything has changed. So that philosophy doesn't apply anymore, frankly. It just doesn't work, okay? You are living longer. You've got bigger healthcare expense. I mean, costs of healthcare have gone through the roof the last 40 years, right? You've got bigger tax consequences. I mean, there's market volatility is greater than ever. There's all these things going on that you've got to plan for. So what I want to encourage people to do is look, I am not a one or the other. Like, it's not all one thing or all the other thing. It's what's right for you. And you got to look at your situation, and it's really dependent on cash flow. What's your surplus cash flow? What can you afford to do? But it makes a lot of sense when you're young to get a lot of term insurance so that you can insure your human life value. But don't make this mistake, because the people that are selling term insurance, okay, have got no option for you later. There's no plan B. There's no backup plan, okay? And that is not right, in my opinion. That's a mistake for you. I don't want you to do that, because I've seen too many people do that. They bought term and they didn't invest the difference, and then they retire, and then they're too old to maintain the coverage because the cost of the term insurance is through the roof. So what do? They have to cancel the coverage or drop it down to next to nothing, and they don't get the benefit of all those years. They don't get the benefit. And you're out of options.
At that point, right?
That's awful.
It is.
Don't do that to yourself. So if you're I encourage you, go get all the term insurance you can. Go get $2, $3, $4, $5 million worth of term insurance. but get the term insurance when you're young with the option of converting it. Okay? And that's what everybody's missing. Get the right coverage, get the human value, cost replacement when you're young, but then also get some other coverage that can be permanent, that is a backup plan. That'll be what I call nest egg insurance. Now follow me on this. You've got a car, right?
Yes.
You have car insurance?
Yes.
If you have a home, do you have home insurance?
Yes.
Now let me ask you, if you pay off your car or you pay off your home, do you cancel your insurance?
No.
No, right? And those insurances cover a what if. I have home insurance just in case my home burns to the ground. I have car insurance just in case I get into an accident, right? It's the what if scenario, and you keep that insurance forever for a what if. Your life insurance is not up for debate. Like, you're gonna die.
There is no what if.
We just don't know when, right? So it makes no sense, this concept of becoming self-insured when I've got enough in my investment account that I don't need life insurance anymore, that I can cancel my life insurance. Yeah, that's dumb. I'm not buying into that anymore, okay? Does not work. Even if it did work, the cost for maintaining some insurance is so small that you want to protect the asset that you've accumulated. Just like you want to protect your home with home insurance because the home insurance is so cheap, right? If you had $1 million home and $1 million in your bank account, you would buy the home insurance because if the home burns to the ground, you don't want to spend the $1 million to replace the home because now you got no money left. If your nest egg is $1 million, okay, you would maintain nest egg insurance for $1 million because if the market drops half, you're still covered. You're going to be okay. If your spouse has to go into the nursing home and it takes the rest of your money, you are going to be okay because you got the nest egg insurance. So this concept of self-insurance, I'm not buying it. I think it's a terrible thing. I think it's a travesty. I think it's setting people up for failure. It is for sure removing all your options. And frankly, when it comes to financial planning, we want to build in flexibility, adaptability, all kinds of options. The number one thing in a financial plan is planning on the plan, not going according to plan. You can't do that if you eliminate your options, okay? So do both. Get a whole bunch of term insurance and then start converting it into permanent, start converting it into what I call tax-exempt wealth building accounts. There's tax code provisions for this. You can accumulate all kinds of money in an account that you'll never pay taxes on. And it's got living benefits. So if you have a heart attack, you can pull money out so that you can recover. If you have to go into a nursing home, you can pull money out of it so that you can pay for the nursing home bill. If you retire early, you don't have to be in the government rules and wait for that stuff. You can pull money out and replace your income and live on it. Way more flexibility, way more options. Guys, there's stuff out there you probably don't even know about because people don't talk about it. We can help you with that, okay? But, oh my gosh, nest egg insurance. So cash flow insurance when you're young and convert it into cash flow insurance when you're older because you don't get like a second chance at this, right? Mm-hmm. If you're out of time, you're out of time. So you got to insure your nest egg and make sure we're talking about nest egg. You got to build the nest egg and then you want to insure the nest egg so that you don't risk it being destroyed by taxes, the market, inflation, healthcare, and the government changing their minds. You got to do it.
That's right.
All right. So that's my comment on the nest egg. But remember, let's go back to the graph really quick. Okay. The goal, stop focusing on the nest egg itself. Okay. That's not your goal. The goal is not just to retirement. It's all the way through retirement. Get to the bullseye, get to the end of the line, play the whole game. Okay. And finish the game strong. All right, guys, woo, thanks for today. I love this conversation, and I want to encourage you, reach out to us with questions. This is not the normal kind of talk, and that's okay. I'm all about it. I think this is way more advantageous and a way better approach to things, and it'll serve you well. But leave us a comment, give us a like, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.